Alrighty. It's been a while, but here we are. We are back, baby. It is 2022, and you are looking at the 2022 version of Keepers of the Peace podcast here. Here we go. Round of applause.
We're back.
We're here.
Starting a new year, new.
I won a title.
We made it. We made
Ready
it
to
weighing
go.
in. We're weighing in at a combined total weight of 674 pounds.
I'm half of it. But
Right? All right. So, it's been a while. A lot to talk about.
Yes. Yes.
Since there's so much out there right now and there's so much that we want to cover, we'll try and rein it in. We'll try and keep it into a few topics like we try and do. And then we'll just go from there like always. Tonight, we have to talk about Spider-Man. We have to talk about No Way Home. We have to. We've all seen it.
There's gonna be a lot of spoilers. We have a lot to cover.
Yeah, full-on spoilers. So from here on, just don't even if you haven't. For some reason, if you haven't seen it yet, just turn this.
If you haven't seen Spider-Man, you watch our podcast.
It's basically been out for a month now. So
yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you're an imposter.
Yeah, exactly. So full-on spoilers.
Kevin's been working on his material for a few months, so get ready for that.
I have.
Beyond Marvel, we have the new Batman movie coming out from DC, coming out in March. Everyone seems to be really hyped up about that. So that's another big one. I know you guys want to talk about Book of Boba Fett. I know it's on the list of things to talk about. I personally haven't been caught up with it, but I got a lot to catch up on the whole Star Wars realm.
Don't worry, Kevin got it.
But we're also going to do a quick show and tell to show off a few things that we've all collected over the months that we care to show off and brag about a little
extra
bit.
Pops.
And from that point on, who knows where the show will go? So let's rattle it off and start with a spoiler full review of Spider-Man. And let's have Kev take it away.
Oh boy. What is he putting on? It's backwards.
Gearing up. Here we go.
Alright. So this is my stealth suit. Well, actually, it's the upgraded suit or whatever. Whatever, the Steve Ditko suit fucking thing inside out. So yeah, this is my mask, guys, but I just wanted to show you all that real quick.
Or you have to keep it on. You have to keep it on for the whole Spider-Man part.
You want me to keep it on? Okay, cool. I'll keep it on. But I'm gonna put my Bruins hat on over it. Cool. So this is perfect. Okay, yeah. So rolling into this, I just wanted to say this Spider-Man movie was by far one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I remember when I was like 3, I watched all the Sam Raimi movies, and those were great. Like I grew up watching Tobey Maguire as much as you guys did. And, spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen it. Well, screw you guys anyway, because it's been a month.
He's always fighting the audience of 5 people.
Toby was back, and we had Andrew Garfield back, and yeah, I mean, like, what do you guys think of that? Like, did you guys enjoy seeing them all together on screen?
Nick, I'll let you go first.
Okay. Yeah, no, I thought it was really cool. My only thing was, like, we knew, like, years ago that this was happening. I feel like it's been leaked ever since, like, before I moved to this house, which is over 2 years ago, that Andrew Garfield was on set, and, like, but still, like, going in and seeing it, it was one of those things where, like, you still weren't sure. You still weren't sure if those are fake or not. But, like, granted, they had no reason to lie back then. But it was still, like, it was, like, even during the movie, I was like, all right, so, like, are they coming, or are they not? Like, were those fake? And then it was just cool to see it all pay off, and, like, going to the first showings, it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I loved all the references too that like they all like had in it and stuff. Like that one scene when they were like, up top near the Statue of Liberty, obviously.
That was like the coolest scene.
Yeah, like the way they interacted just for like not even like 3 minutes, just talking about like random stuff, like like I fought an alien, and then like And Andrew's like, yeah, well, I fought like a Russian rhino who isn't as cool as an alien. I thought that was cool. And then the whole Toby with his back, like, that was great. Like,
That was great.
that just shows that like those two specifically like had so much fun working on this movie, just because like they get to come back to these roles that they're so well known for,
Right.
and they're always gonna love it. So I thought that was great. Matt, did you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'll add to that.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic movie all around. We laughed, we cried, we cheered. Um, it was definitely the Marvel movie of this phase that kind of I mean, it depends on where you stand with Shang-Chi and Eternals. Personally, I thought Eternals was a pretty good movie.
I liked Eternals too.
I enjoyed it. I
understand
enjoyed
that
it more
it's
than the rap that it gets.
okay. Next episode, Eternals fucking burn session. We'll just rip that thing apart.
It's whack.
But standing up next to Shang-Chi again, which I also thought was good, and Eternals, this was definitely Marvel solidifying that one, they got us in their pocket, and two, they still got it. They can still bring in a I don't want to call it a ridiculous concept, but I guess a big concept of
it's very
bringing
like fan
different
fiction.
Spider-Man and
Yeah.
interweaving, I guess, essentially 3 movies and 3 universes into one movie. It is a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot of. That's a busy movie. It was a very busy movie.
Yeah.
But I liked it the more it progressed.
Yeah.
I thought Act 1 was a little weak, and like kind of like what Nick said, like we kind of knew about potentially Andrew Garfield and Toby being on set, and I guess we kind of basically definitely knew that Doctor Octopus was coming back in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So, although I was hyped to see Alfred Molina come back, I love him playing Doc Ock. I think Alfred Molina is a genius how he approaches the character. But I at that point I wasn't jumping out of my seat. It wasn't until Act 2 when Andrew and Toby obviously came through the portals that Ned had opened up, that it really got going for me. And Nick was with me actually for opening night, and the theater was it was they were pretty people were pretty psyched. It wasn't Endgame status like people going crazy and cheering in the theater, but people were excited. People knew what was going on. You could tell there were definitely some fans in there, and yeah, all around just emotionally a good movie. And I have to give it to Andrew Garfield. He stole the show for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
I did not like his 2 movies. I actually really don't even know if I even watched either of them all the way through.
He really like redeemed himself, I feel like, in this movie. I mean, it wasn't him. It was just the like shitty writers that they had.
It was
for
the
his
writing and the
movies.
directing.
And the directing, yeah. So kudos to him for accepting the role to come back, because why wouldn't you accept the role to come back, right? So
Exactly.
yeah.
So
So
absolutely. Well, we can talk about favorite scenes in a minute and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andrew was great. Toby was great. The interaction between the 3 Peters was like, I mean, you couldn't have wrote that better, really, honestly. Just the innuendos, maybe not the innuendos, but like, the just the little fun nature that Peter Parker has to himself, that sensibility, that humorous kind of sensibility that he has of himself, that kind of childish.
Yeah.
To him, you can just kind of see how that bounces off of each other.
It
And
like was so organic.
the 3 of them definitely had a good time. I don't know how you couldn't have a good time shooting that movie. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, like when those scenes with the three of them, it sounded like it almost like I would believe you if you said that, like those were all off the script, all their like little interactions. Like it just seemed like they all knew their characters and they were just having fun with it.
Oh
Exactly. I
sure.
I thought it was awesome. I only got to see it one time in theaters. A little disappointed about that. I wish I was able to get back and see it at least another 10 times. But
Almost there.
yeah, I know.
I was gonna say when you were talking about the side like our theater that we went to on opening night, it was actually like maybe because it was an IMAX the next day. I feel like the crowd was so much bigger and like louder. Like, I feel like even though we went to the very first showing of it, I feel like the like diehards were like the next couple days because I went like the first few days, and it seemed like every day like over that opening weekend it was like louder and louder of crowd reactions, and it was a really cool experience to see like different crowds how they reacted.
And Nick, didn't I see you the second night? Like, yeah. We were in the same theater that night too.
Yeah,
so that was fun. Yeah, I remember that.
It's funny going to those theaters and then like you see people and like I saw like one of my cousins too. Like all these people are going to these movies because like it's an IMAX theater of like 400 seats all sold out. So like you're bound to run into a couple people, you know. And I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Are you guys a little tiny bit sad that there wasn't some sort of Stan Lee cameo?
I mean,
in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little sad. I mean, just because he's sadly gone now, but it's like like his legacy lives on with the three of them. Just because I feel like Spider-Man was mainly like his like main go-to hero, even though like him and Steve Ditko both designed and created Spider-Man. Like the way the movie like embraces itself is just it just portrays and like foreshadows like everything that Stan Lee like stands for.
Right.
So I just thought it was good.
The only thing that I wish that there was like that should have been the movie that they put like for Stan at the end, because I feel like that was like through TikToks and stuff you see like that was the movie that like everyone wishes that he got to see. I wish that was the movie with like his last little cameo, even if it was like on a newspaper clipping or something, and then like a first Stan at the end. I think would have been such a big thing for that movie.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So do you guys have a favorite scene? I'm sure we all share a few, but like personally, were there any scenes you connected with, or that you just thought were genuinely funny, or just stood out to you?
Well, okay, I have two. Well, I have two.
I have 10.
Okay, I have two, but like I'll add a third one too. Just to
you have three, Kevin.
So
Just add them up,
yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll do them all. Two of them are funny, and then one's like serious, obviously. So the first one I loved was obviously when the three of them were together, and Andrew. Right before they run off and they're gonna go fight, the villains. Andrew's like, "I love you guys." I actually found out that scene itself was improvised, and I thought that was great.
Yeah.
But I also like loved in that scene where like Tom's like, "We need to work well as a team. Like I've worked with the Avengers," and Toby's just like, "That's great. Like what is that?" And I thought that was so funny, just because like that shows that like they don't have Avengers in that universe, just because Sony had like only the rights to Spider-Man, so it shows. You know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I thought that was funny, and then like I just loved the scene where like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are fighting in the Mirrorverse, and like cool. Literally like Spider-Man is just like, oh, like this is like math, like I can easily like figure this out.
All the math teachers in America loved it.
Yeah, basically. So they thought that was cool. And then like the serious scene, I really like enjoyed. Well, I didn't enjoy it, but I was just like, I mean, I enjoyed the movie itself, but like this one little scene was like when like Aunt May dies, obviously. But like Peter's literally beating the shit out of.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I did. Well, Dafoe's kind of a dick in the movie, and I want him to die. Not kidding. But yeah, when he was hammering the shit out of him, like I was just like, damn, like this is dark. Like if you you remember seeing like the first Spider-Man movie with Willem Dafoe and like
Yeah.
how like Peter and him would fight like a little bit, but it wasn't like as like brutal. I mean, up until the point where the glider like stabs him. But like like this scene right at the end, right before like Toby comes in to stop him, like that was fucking hardcore. Sorry, pardon my language, but like
For a minute
yeah,
there, yeah, I kind of almost thought that he was gonna go through with it for a second. And well,
yeah,
I guess essentially he was going to if Toby didn't stop him.
yeah. That was that was pretty spooky for me.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, overall great movie. So that's my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good job.
Nick,
Who's going next?
any favorite scenes?
Yeah,
Seeing as though you've seen it 10 times.
8.
Eight. Who's
8,
counting?
9,
Dude, I
10,
still
11,
want to go
12,
see
13,
it because they have it
12.
in the
Who's counting?
what's it called, the Cinemax theater or something, where it has the screens on the sides too that like come on for certain action scenes. It's in I think it's in Pelham, New Hampshire. It's like
Oh
near like
really?
Chunky's, yeah. Like so like they like film like alternative scenes for that theater, like how they kind of do like how they film differently for IMAX. They have like specific ones for these screens. And I want to go see it there because like I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Like they talked about like a scene like when like they all start like going back to their own universes. Like instead of like it jumping from one person to another, all of the characters are like all over the walls. So, like you like see them all interacting at the same exact time when they disappear, which I think is pretty cool.
Dang, that's
I'm gonna have to go
crazy.
see it for another time, but we'll see. I don't know how
Save
much.
that for the 10th time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I loved the opening scene. I thought that like 2 minute just still of the one camera pan the whole time I thought was really cool, and like you could tell that some stuff was improvised in it, and it was just like I don't know, it felt so intense. Like the opening night, you see it, it's like such like you're wondering what the hell's going on. It's J. Jonah Jameson screaming about Spider-Man being a vigilante right off the rip with the Marvel intro, and then it cuts into that giant scene. Like you feel the pressure in that room. Like you feel
Oh yeah.
you feel how Peter was feeling trying to like hide from everybody and like just like distract everyone as the chaos is ensuing around him. I thought that was such a cool shot. And then I
Oh
would
yeah.
say I don't know, like the Spider-Man's coming in were cool, but like I wouldn't say that's my favorite scene. I thought the shot of when the two Spider-Men go to like see Peter first on the rooftop, and it pans up and like they're both like stuck up onto the top and they like flip down. I thought that was such a sick scene. I just wish that they were in the
so
suits.
cool.
If they were in the
I love
suits, it would have made it that much cooler. But it was such a cool scene, anyways.
I love the music score in that scene. That was cool.
Yeah, that was like it was such like I wish they were in the suits right there. That would have been like the fucking coolest scene ever.
That scene literally looked like a comic book panel. It was so cool.
That was so sick. And then I think my other favorite part is when Doc Ock and that Peter Parker meet on the Statue of Liberty. And then they recite like the same lines of like trying to do better from the first movie when they first interacted with each other. I thought because like that's my favorite movie, and like I thought that was such an awesome moment in that movie, and just like the way that Doc Ock shows that he's a good guy at the end I just thought that was such a cool thing because I love his character. And it's like the same thing with Green Goblin. Like they're both good guys at the end of the day. Just the creations that they create are monstrosities that take over.
Yeah.
I think that they're two villains that have a really unique perspective as a villain. They're not just like an I'm bad because I'm a bad guy. Kind of like a Bride of Frankenstein scenario where like they're just their evil creations take the better of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Matt, what about you?
Few as well. I think probably my favorite scene was actually when they're in. So after Peter, Tom Holland, Spider-Man,
Peter Parker. We're all Peter Parker.
Figures out that he has to replace the chip in the back of, Doc Ock's
Oh yeah.
neck. and just that scene where his spider sense goes off.
The one that's all over TikTok now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't go on TikTok.
Yeah, it's like just now started blowing up of that scene. People are like remaking it into a bunch of different skits.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that was, first off, like probably the best like portrayal of like the spider sense like in any of the movies, because it hasn't
you could
really
like feel the webs
thing.
coming off of them.
In the Tobey Maguire movies, it was just like it went like shing, and then like he was like, oh, like he knew something was happening.
Right.
I don't even know what Andrew Garfield's spider sense was
like.
Like
He got a little Peter tingle.
Yeah, and I guess we've maybe seen it displayed a few times with Tom Holland, maybe with like hair standing up on his arms or something like that. But
yeah,
in that room, in that scene, like where he's just walking through the room and he knows something's going on, and everyone's like, "What's wrong?" Like even me sitting in the theater, I was like, "Oh, like something is not right here." Like I it's like when you've never seen that look before. Like I've never seen that look before.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Holland's face, like something serious is about to happen.
That was
And
so
then
cool.
the whole ensuing scene with the Green Goblin, and Kevin already mentioned with May passing away. That was all just a very emotional sequence. Events. And I'm sure I speak for all three of us when I mention that, uh, again, even though I barely watched the movie, I obviously know about the scene with Gwen Stacy, falling from the bell tower in the Andrew Garfield movie. Probably the best scene that he did for those movies for sure. So it was very emotional, and he did carry that even through to this movie. But when MJ falls off the rafters and Tom Holland Spider-Man gets hit by the glider and isn't able to catch her, and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man jumps off and makes the catch, saves the day.
Yeah.
And they land and they have a little moment together. And I think everyone in the theater probably at that moment, had that, a mutual feeling as well, where it's just like, it was a bit heavy, and it was like, it was a redeeming moment. For Andrew and stuff, I'm sure. So that scene was really, really, really good. On top of that, I mean, I guess I'm going with the more emotional like scenes. The ending, as sad as it was, it was really good, because for some reason it gives you that glimmer of hope that like maybe one day things will return to normal a little bit, but maybe they won't. But it's just nice to see where Peter landed, after this whole thing ensued. And, we've grown an attachment to MJ. By the way, I hated the way that they played with her name in this movie. I hated that.
Just keep it the same.
With the whole Watson thing.
Like, why
Michelle
even
Jones
change
thing.
it? Yeah, just like keep it the same. They didn't change his name to fucking Peter Porker. Like, just keep it the same. My name is actually Patrick Parker. Like, just keep it the fucking same.
To see that, where they landed in Ned, of course,
Dr. Ned.
where they landed after. It was just all around, just it pulled at you after an already emotional roller coaster to see where that lands. You feel that. It was like, it was nothing made like felt it made me feel more, I wouldn't say let down, but like more like, oh shit, than the end of Infinity War. Like the end of that movie, you walked out of the theater like,
what?
Yeah, like we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Imagine if they ended the franchise like that. That was it.
Yeah.
I would cry.
But yeah.
But
so I'm hoping we see a little bit more Tom Holland Spider-Man. I really liked Zendaya as MJ. I thought that was really cool. I love Ned. I just thought everyone played their character to a T. Willem Dafoe. I mean, the guy's a class act. I mean, he didn't even need CGI. He literally looks like a goblin. Like
His smile, his
like
smile is so menacing. It's like,
well, he does a lot of face acting and stuff like that, and like
Have you seen him in the lighthouse?
yeah, I mean, and like to have him come back under the terms of like I'm doing my own stunts, like that's like I don't know, just glorified badass,
oh
glorified
yeah, for
badass.
sure.
Like come on, really cool, really cool movie. A
Oh,
lot of cool things got answered. A lot of cool post credit scenes, mid credit and end credit scenes, boys.
oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, sure. But I was actually just gonna add another thing. We
Oh
also
yeah,
got
yeah.
Daredevil.
Hey,
We
we didn't
got
even say
Daredevil.
that.
Yeah, we didn't even mention that, and that was like a big, big thing too. Um, when I saw him in there, I was like, oof, like this is pretty cool. And the whole brick thing and how he caught it right before
Yeah,
Peter did. And he's like, "How'd you just do that?" He's like, "I'm just a really good lawyer."
just a
Like
really good horror.
that line itself was just fantastic, and like I love that like they're finally bringing in Charlie Cox's version of Daredevil into the MCU because it took them the longest time to get that going. But now that Marvel has officially obtained the rights back from Netflix, who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
But
the loudest during that part.
yeah, yeah.
And
I
it was like it was like 5 to 10 minutes into the movie.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
That was
that's such
pretty
a
great.
crazy part to like throw right in the beginning too.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, those post credit scenes were like really good. Um, I will say this though, I didn't enjoy the Venom one too much. I mean, I obviously knew that like Tom Hardy's version of Eddie Brock was gonna go back, considering that Doctor Strange made the spell so that everybody would forget that Peter Parker Spider-Man, everybody from different universes would go back to theirs.
Mm.
Um, and what I thought personally, I thought Tom Hardy was gonna like continue on and eventually find Peter Parker, but events obviously turned out to be different, and now we have the little symbiote that's been left over. That's probably gonna interfere with the next movie, which was pretty cool. But I would have loved to have had a Tom Hardy and Tom Holland interaction.
Yeah.
It could still happen, but yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I was hoping that he was going to be in the movie. Like, I mean, backtracking now, I think that two of the things that I wish happened, which I think I told Matt before, is I wished Miles Morales was in it at some point because like they referenced him, but I just wish that that was like one of the things that didn't get leaked and like no one knew about. I thought that that would have been such a cool way to like at the end like him save the day.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely setting him up for sure. With all the references and such,
That
but
and I wish Venom was like actually in there because they only had the five and they referenced like what like some like I forget it was Doctor Strange and Peter Parker were like arguing about something and he's like, oh, you let 6 or 5 people like there you left 5 alternate timelines loose and he goes, you mean 6? He goes, no, 5. Like it was just like an extra fuck you to the Venom people.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, my overlay is all messed up now, so now Kevin's Matt and I'm Kevin and Nick's on the ground.
That's okay. I mean, yeah. Are we continuing talking? Oh, okay. Hey, Matt.
Now he's under me.
Oh, he's under you now. Oh, hello. Hi, friends. But yeah, I mean, like, what was it? Oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh yeah, so originally, actually, I heard about this. They originally wanted Venom actually in the final battle, and he was initially gonna actually help out the Spider-Man, but they thought it would be like too much because they want to continue with the story, obviously with the symbiote. So I think they're gonna use that for the fourth movie or whatever next Sony crossover they do, because they're definitely setting something up like with Morbius and all that.
Yeah, no, that's the. Did you guys see that they pushed back the Morbius movie?
Yeah, so like what, April, right?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be something with the rumor that I've heard is that they're going to be shooting some Spider-Man scenes because your boy was so good in this movie, and people are like demanding him to come back.
I have a feeling that it's gonna be set in the Andrew Garfield universe because, like,
That's what
in
I'm
the
saying.
trailer, yeah, because like Oscorp is the same building
Right.
from that, I think so. But
Yeah, that
that'd
would
be
be
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, right.
But then we also have, well, I guess they like solidified the timelines again. Like, I wonder if we're gonna get any other multiversal crossovers again.
It's happening. This is a whole multiversal phase
Right,
that
because
they
I
have
also
going
saw
on.
that in the end of the movie when Toby gets stabbed, is
Yeah.
that they originally were gonna kill him, but then they revised the script because they're gonna use him for like Secret Wars or something. There was like a whole another conspiracy about that. Either they use him as like, I think it's like they're saying he's just gonna be like a voiceover at a point in time. Or maybe they're gonna do it in Doctor Strange. I don't know. Remember that whole list that I sent you guys? That's like one of the many rumors on there. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Um, yeah, the Venom
You
post
guys
credit
sound kind of
scene
glitchy.
kind of gotta
Are
agree
we?
with Kev there. Um, where it was not really like up for interpretation, but it kind of was a little bit. You're like, are they in their universe? Are they in another universe? Like, uh, I don't know. It just was. It seemed like it was kind of just thrown together.
Yeah.
But the Multiverse of Madness trailer was what really got me intrigued.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Having all these different people leaving, people fucking. What is going on?
It's getting glitchy.
Just gonna have to edit it.
Okay, I can hear it now.
You
Sorry.
turn your screen
Oh yeah.
and turn it back. I don't know. Something's going on with it. There we
There
go.
we go. I fixed it.
But yeah, the Multiverse of Madness post credit scene was really really cool. Definitely, like I mean, it was just cool. It was cool to see Wanda. That movie just seems like it's gonna have a lot of twists and turns in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited for. I feel like I'm most excited for Wanda out of anybody in that movie.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. She's finally gonna put that chaos magic to work. I mean,
I know. Like, I want to see. I want to see them fight so bad. I think it's gonna be like the coolest thing.
I think she's gonna be like. I don't think she's gonna be the main villain. I think she's gonna be like what Doctor Strange and Spider-Man were in No Way Home. You know what I mean? Just because like they like fought for like a specific reason. So like they're obviously gonna fight for a specific reason in this movie. But like, yeah, I don't know who the villain's gonna be for Multiverse of Madness. That's to be decided, I guess.
It'll be Bully
There's
McGuire.
a lot of probably, yeah, that would be cool. or Ned. Ned's the new Bully McGuire now. If anyone's
It should be
seeing the YouTube hoops.
Yeah, they'll call him Hobbly McGuire.
Hobbly McGuire.
He's gonna be Toby's sidekick. He's like a little arch villain. Because he lets him be the guy in the chair.
The costume looks great.
I hope we see that at some point. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm actually.
You guys have any more comments or anything about Spider-Man? Before we wrap the segment up.
I mean, other than everything we've talked about, I mean, by far 11 out of 10. One of the best Spider-Man movies I've ever seen. I mean, compared to Spider-Man 2, obviously, because that's the best one. But yeah, it was a solid movie. Like, it got me out of my seat multiple times.
Yeah, same.
So.
Do you have a rating that you could give it, or
me?
Yeah, Mr.
I'd say like
critic.
I don't know. I'd say like a 7 out of 10. Maybe an 8. I don't know. Like, it's super cool, but like, I don't know. There are definitely things that I wish they did a little differently, and that's just like personal taste. This was a very, very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
7 out of 10 might have been harsh. I'll give it an 8. Not an 11 like Kevin, but you know.
We got 11 out of 10. We got 7 out.
You got an 11 out of 10.
What?
It's a good number, Nick.
Not how math works.
In my head, it works better.
I think I'm in the same range as Nick. I think I give it like an 8 to a 9.
Yeah. Not an 11. Cool.
Yeah. Like I said, there's definitely some personal things that like I would have changed in the movie or had addressed differently.
Yeah.
But overall, it's one of the best Spider-Man movies ever made. So, that being said, that's our thoughts and comments and concerns about Spider-Man No Way Home. So,
what is Kevin doing?
He's getting something out.
What is that? What? What was it? What?
I tried.
A clock?
It's a clock, but I wanted to get the dash, but I couldn't find it, so this is as close as it's gonna get. Just to show everybody, it's 11 out of 10 for me. I know math. Yes. All right.
Here, I guess we've arrived at somewhat of a middle point junction here. You guys want to do a quick little show and tell? Maybe show off a few things that maybe you acquired over the past couple months.
There you go, Kevin. We can just give the whole time to Kevin. He's very excited.
Oh, so I'm starting. Okay. Well, if you insist,
I think
boys.
it's gonna be the Kevin show. You
guys have nothing to show?
Look behind me.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right. Well, I've got 3 things I'll show. So the first thing I have is this Lego Robert Pattinson the Batmobile that I just got recently.
Whoa.
I thought this looks sick. It's a pretty good design. And I always love when Batmobiles come out. It's got the blue fire. It's pretty cool. The penguin, Colin Farrell's penguin. It's pretty cool. I love the emblem design obviously on the Batman. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, like it's a good display model. So like I just keep it on my shelf over here. But I thought this was pretty cool when I bought it. So it was only like I think $30. So definitely worth a buy in my opinion. Yeah. 2 more things. I just have to grab them. So if one of you guys want to show something, you can.
Matt, now that the adults are talking, how are you today?
Oh, I'm not an adult. Wow. That's so sad, bro. I'm not the one holding the fucking freaking WWE belt. Look at me. Okay. So this next book I got, my friend got this for me for Christmas. It's a Star Wars Alien Archive book. So it basically gives like all the Star Wars species in this one book.
That's pretty cool.
I still haven't read it yet. Obviously, just because like I've been working, but I'm gonna get to it at some point and maybe draw stuff out of it, make my own characters.
That'd be cool.
Like that. It's got everything like Wookiees and all that. And then finally my cool masterpiece for y'all to see. I drew this. It took me like 2 days to do, but it's all the Spider-Man.
Oh shit, you colored it and everything too?
Yeah. I drew it all out and colored it in. We got Tom, Andrew, Toby, Doc Ock, Tentacle, Green Goblin in the back, some Electro, Lightning, and then multiversal color. I don't know. I should have made this purple, but like I didn't know it was gonna be purple at the time.
Yeah.
When are we gonna start making comics, Kevin?
Huh?
So when are we gonna start making comics, Kevin?
You let me know. I will definitely be down to do that.
That might be in the works. We're gonna make some like 5th grade comics. They're gonna be pretty sick.
I wrote a story about how I lost a stock, and it was in the comic.
What?
When I was a kid. Yeah, I made a comic about this kid named Jimmy and how he lost his stock, and he went on this whole quest to find it, and he had to like fight like, huh?
Jimmy No Socks. I think I read that one.
Jimmy No Socks. Yeah, that should have been the name. Damn. Yeah, Jimmy No Socks.
Matt, do
Maybe
you
I
have
should
anything cool to
rewrite that.
show?
What's up? Do I
Do you
have
have
anything
anything
cool to
cool?
show? Yeah. So
Pull
I
a
got
cool
this
thing
cool
out.
book. Got this cool book the other day
Ooh.
from
Wow.
off of Amazon. It's huge.
Looks like a phone
It's
book.
a book called Madman, uh, by Michael Allred and his wife Laura. So the concept and the pencils in the book are all Michael. Um, and then he has his wife come in and do the inks and colors over his pencils.
That's cool.
And then he has his son Han do the lettering. Um, so let me give you a glimpse into some of this artwork.
Okay.
Really, really cool. Um, it's got a really unique style. Um, sorry, I'm just kind of getting to a
No, you're
bigger
good.
page here. Uh, but the whole book is in what's called library format. So it's all the art is oversized and it's done on this really nice like high gloss paper,
Yeah.
Okay.
nice and thick. Like here's a good page. I can see the colors just
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's all like all over. It's pretty cool.
yeah. Um, some of the attention to detail is just it's one of those things where when you read it, you just like you got it's like you just kind of have to read it in this format to really enjoy or like be able to take in how beautiful the art is
Yeah.
and like how much time and attention to detail
Mm.
is put into it. Here's a freaking page I was trying to find the whole time. So it's a Dark Horse comic.
Yeah.
So I don't know how good you can see here, but this is like a splash page that he did with just like oh Jesus, with like just like a bunch of Dark Horse characters and other things on. Like you can see Hellboy
Oh yeah, I can see him.
and
I see a
Savage
milk.
Dragon kind of like front and center, and
I see a milk card too.
yeah, it's like one of those books where the more you look at the artwork, the more that you see.
That's cool.
You know,
Those are the ones that are the bang for the buck.
Did you find Waldo in there?
dude, that's so funny. I literally like made a point to look for it, and there's no Waldo.
Matt said that like he hates you.
Thanks.
Missed opportunity.
He goes, welcome. That's so funny. It was
Well,
just
that's a cool book.
right now, but that was funny.
Yeah, it's a really cool book. Really cool book. I was really psyched when I got it. It's
Mhm.
it's just one of those feel good comics. It's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Other than that, I don't really have a ton besides like maybe some single issues and stuff like
Because
that.
you've been getting so many comic books since the last time we talked. There was on here. We got a lot.
Yeah, I got quite a few. I have a big backlog right now of books that I don't know. Oh, actually, this one. You guys will appreciate this one. This is another thick one. This is Batman,
Ooh.
Volume 1 by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo.
That's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sick.
That's pretty cool.
Probably one of the cooler modern runs on Batman.
Mm.
Really good. If you guys know Greg Capullo, you know he did some of the work on Spawn with Todd McFarlane,
Mhm.
and just really helped to excel his series. He does the same with Batman, and I think he draws one of the best, if not the best, Batman. in recent, comic runs. So that's pretty much all I got, boys.
That's pretty cool. Nice.
Not bad, not bad.
Thank you for sharing. All right, Nick.
That? What? I have so many things. Look at how many pops there are. I'm starting to make TikToks. Like a child. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna go check them out. I've been making TikToks about my pops. I'm gonna start doing cool videos with them on there.
I like the TV setup.
Thanks. You like my indoor background right now?
Yeah,
dude. And then when we start doing them in person, this will be like basically what it looks like. We're gonna have to figure out seating arrangements and stuff, but this will be. I know we
promised that like a year ago, but hey, we'll get on it.
Well, yeah, maybe fucking Megatron came, so we had to make an extra seat. Yeah, no, I mean I guess we're speaking out to the audience with it, that we'll start doing them in person, and we're gonna be adding some more podcasts to the table, and it's gonna be pretty cool. This will be the typical backdrop in here. We'll get a bigger or better camera for my end, so we can actually see things, and you can actually see our faces, and not terrible quality for my webcam that I got for $20, but. Matt's got some microphones he's bringing to the table, and Kevin might bring his table again.
There we go.
About that, I don't know where the table went.
Okay, we can buy a $5 table somewhere. We'll be okay.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I might still have it, but I'd have to dig through my basement just because I think it's probably down there somewhere. But I don't know.
That's fine. I got this WWE belt a few months ago. It's fucking 15 pounds.
Yeah, that thing's legit, dude.
It's the legit one. It was a few $100s. It's it's pretty cool.
You should put it on.
It doesn't. No, we're not doing
that. It doesn't do that.
He's not.
It doesn't do that.
No, it does do that. I'm just not gonna get up and put the belt on for you. It's like the real deal. It's got the straps and everything. It's not like a Walmart one. These are ones that you take out
Walmart one.
An investment for. You guys could fucking hold it when you get here. It's legit. It's heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah,
oh, yeah.
That's what I've been doing since Megatron. I've been doing a lot of comedy shows, and me and my girlfriend have been going to wrestling, which has been cool. We've been traveling all over the place. We went to Rhode Island for a show, and it's been pretty cool. I've been doing things that I wanted to do as a kid, but with money. So that's why I got this, because I always wanted one when I was a kid. And what kid's gonna get their parents to buy an almost $500 wrestling belt? No one. So
not happening.
Yeah, I went to a Bruins game last night.
Oh.
Yeah, the return of Tuukka. He came back.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
All right, do we got one more topic you want to talk about? I don't even know what we're at for time. I can't even see.
I unfortunately am gonna have to end on my end at this point in time.
Okay.
But it was really good getting back on here with you guys.
Likewise.
As we mentioned earlier, we're gonna be getting this going in person at Nick's Man Cave, Nerd Cave, Funko Pop structured house. And we do have some really cool plans for the future for the show, some cool ideas that we've been discussing and talking about, and a few little side projects that we're going to bring into the mix as well. And we're just going to keep nerding out about pop culture and movies and TV shows until can't do it no more.
Exactly. He can't do it no more.
No more.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I guess that if Matt's gonna head out, we can do me and Kevin can talk about a little Boba Fett before we close out. That way you don't get any spoilers either.
There you go. I'll listen back.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, dude. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Matt. Bye, Matt.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Of course.
He was talking to the audience, not you.
I know. All
right, now I gotta move our names around for the 5th time.
Something just fell behind my back. Oh, what the fuck? It was my bowling pin. This thing just fell. off the top of my fucking. All right, I'm gonna put this
We'll
back.
make Kevin, and Matt.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put that back. Okay,
He'll
so
be Kev Matt.
all right, let's talk about
Bring us into Boba Fett.
let's talk about this Boba Fett. So yeah, this obviously takes place after the Mandalorian. Well, actually, in between, because we have some flashbacks about how he comes to be. He has dreams in the little bent. What's the thing called? Like the thing that he bathes in. Bantha tank. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Bantha tank. Back the tank. Yeah.
The banthas are the elephant thing.
Oh right. But yeah, no, he has flashbacks on Camino of him as a kid. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I love how it's building up his empire basically after Jabba the Hutt's dead, obviously.
Yeah.
And I love how him and Fennec are kind of trying to establish order in that area of Tatooine. And it's really cool just seeing all the different characters in the universe coming into this show. How many episodes are there? 4 or 5?
3.
Are they supposed to be out?
There's 3.
Well, I know there's 3.
Oh, how many they're gonna do? They're doing 8.
Yeah.
8 or 9.
Oh, they're doing 8. Oh shit! I thought there was only gonna be 4.
No.
I heard it was just 4, but I mean that's cool. But yeah, I mean it's starting off pretty good. I'd say the first episode was good. The second one was probably my favorite, and then the third was just kind of slow. But overall, pretty good. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. The first episode was quick, but it was to the point. Well, kind of to the point. It is the book of Boba Fett. So when you think of it as a book, it is explaining. It's not just about progressing through his story. It's also telling his story since we last saw him in Return of the Jedi. So I think it's cool that that not only is it showing the future of where we left him at the end of Mando season 2, but it's also showing his story from coming out of the Sarlacc pit all the way up till he meets the Mandalorian. So I think that's pretty cool. Seeing him come out of the Sarlacc pit was really cool. I wish that it was longer, right. In the books, there's whole comic books devoted to him spending days trying to escape it. But it was so cool that we got to see what we got to see out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I loved just how the Tusken Raiders just picked him up out of the blue and held him as a prisoner at first, but then he overpowered them and showed them that he's no prisoner, and they respected him and basically helped him out, and he helped them out, train them, to be better. And I thought that was cool, just because I feel Boba Fett isn't really a villain. He's more of
he's an anti-hero.
An anti-hero, yeah. Just because he's trying to do good and be better than what he had before, which is pretty cool. But I loved all the I don't know, all the aliens are pretty cool. All the Transoceans are there. Their eyes look a little weird though. If you ever look back, well, I mean, you look back to Empire Strikes Back and you see Bosk, right? In that little scene where all the bounty hunters are talking to Vader,
his little toes sticking off the edge.
Yeah, basically, and it's just looking at that and looking at it now, how much technology is advanced, in the aliens and all that. I think that's pretty cool. Just because the Transocean's eyes look more eye popping, I guess. I don't know how to describe it.
No, yeah,
but I don't know if you noticed that.
So all the little details. That this show, it's the third episode, even with the third episode being not amazing, it's still such an awesome show. I don't know, we could spend a whole podcast literally talking about the sets and the people in the backgrounds, and just it's so cool to look at those little attention to details that are within the show.
Yeah,
there's a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, for sure. My dream would be to be an extra in a Star Wars film.
We got to do it.
I mean, if I ever had the opportunity, I'd go for it. Like, even if I was like a random like peasant or a fucking stormtrooper, I'd take it. Like, I wouldn't want like a big role or anything like that. Like, that's always been my dream. So, I don't know, but like, I thought like it's good so far. Um, I like the Wookiee dude. He's from the comics. What's his name? It's like, dude, I can't pronounce it. It's like weird.
Yeah, no, but yeah, he's really cool. He's been in a few comic books. There's comics where he works with Boba Fett. There's comics where he works against Boba Fett. There's comics where he works with for Darth Vader. Like, there's a lot of cool backstory to him. So like in that third episode where they just let him go, like, he's definitely coming back. And I think that it's gonna be one of those moments where like Boba Fett needs help and he's gonna come and save his life. Because like at the end of the day, they know each other, and they're just like, if you notice, like when he's releasing him, he's like, it's just business, like nothing personal. Like they've interacted like that before. I think that they're gonna end up working together for whatever happens later in the show. But that's my big guess for the end of the show.
Yeah, it looks like that. I mean, honestly, like, now that you've told me that there's like maybe like 8 to 9 episodes, maybe even 10, like, I mean, I thought just because Boba Fett let him go, like that was probably gonna be like, the end of him, or maybe he might have came back in the fourth, but like I didn't know that the fourth is gonna continue after that. Like I thought the fourth was supposed to be the finale, but I guess not.
No, no, we're definitely gonna see him.
Yeah, for sure.
What'd you think about the Power Rangers?
The Power Rangers? Oh, Jesus Christ! What the?
The teenagers on the little scooters in that scene. That was.
And they had the little robot. Oh my! Like, it really reminds me of like people from fucking like Blade Runner or something, or like just fucking or Cyberpunk or whatever. Like,
it'd even be cooler if they were like Mad Max style. Like they were just out there. Like even like if they were Mad Maxy, like that would fit Star Wars. But yeah, they were very much like Cyberpunk. Like that just doesn't fit Star Wars. It would fit Star Wars if they were like on one of those planets. Like if they were on like Coruscant or somewhere like at like bars, but like they're in the middle of the desert, and you have this like little group, little group of teenage fucking. They look like they belong in the Warriors movie from the '80s. Like
looking for work,
like you got this ragtag group of guys on rainbow scooters looking for work in the desert with dudes with like these sand gridded, scar filled faces with their like fucking desert robes and their like sand speeders. It's like what are these kids in the rainbow scooters doing in the fucking middle of Mos Espa? Like it just makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
But other than that, it's been cool.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it would have been cool if like those kids had like if they were all like humanoid too. So like if it would have been cool. If,
because they're in the comic books too. There's a few comic books about them.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, the guy that's like has like the cyborg eye and like he has like a rocket launcher cannon on his arm too. He ends up being a bounty hunter in one of the books.
Yeah.
Like that was cool, but like the girl, like it's stupid. And then when they go to fight the Wookiee in the palace, like there's no way that they would have freaking just beat him like that. Like that was just so. I don't know. The Power Rangers had no business beating him.
Yeah, literally. The freaking those pig guys. What's their species called? The Gamorreans. Yeah, like. They put up more of a fight than the fucking teenagers, I feel like.
Yeah, which makes more sense, but
yeah, and the Wookiee like bit like into one of their arms.
To my point is like the teenagers did too good of a job against this Wookiee. This Wookiee is like destroyed giant fleets of clones and soldiers, and like he's a badass dude, and he's getting beat up by the freaking the warriors.
I guess Wookiees are pretty sensitive to kids, I guess. I don't know.
You know, like in the originals where Han says like the Wookiees rip people's arms off for losing games of fucking whatever that game's called. Like they're not kidding. In the comics, this dude literally would go up to a soldier and rip him in half. But he's getting beat up by people with robotic hands and one glass eye.
Payback's the bitch, I guess.
I don't know. Just they did that too early. Like I think that it was cool, like seeing him like surprise him in the back of the tank, but like. that fight was just handled so poorly. And then there's
Yeah, I know.
the Hutts were just like, oh, just kidding. Yeah, we don't like him anyways. You can keep him. We're leaving.
We're leaving. But here, we want to give you this gift, which I thought was cool.
We give you Danny Trejo. Here you go.
Dude, oh my god, dude. I like when I saw him with the Rancor, I'm like, is that Danny Trejo? And then like it zoomed in, I'm like, that's him. I'm like, dude, that's so cool. Cause like I feel like out of like most actors that are like kind of well known, like he deserved to be in a Star Wars role, and I feel like that one was pretty good. So I want to see him more. And that Rancor looks sick. And I think we got a tease of like Boba Fett like wanting to ride it or whatever. So like I would love to see that. So I mean, if they show that in any of the last few episodes, that'll be pretty dope.
Dude, did you see those pictures of Snoop Dogg in Mandalorian armor like a couple months ago?
Nah.
Okay, well, I don't know what it's from, but honestly, I'm starting to think that it's set leaks from Boba Fett. If they have fucking Snoop Dogg in this show, it's gonna be so stupid.
Dude, Snoop Dogg's just the Mandalorian.
Yeah, after this, you gotta look it up. He's in like purple and gold Mandalorian armor, but it like looks like he's like on sets.
Oh jeez.
I don't know what it was filmed for. I might be completely wrong of what it was filmed for.
Maybe he's coming to go to the Pike to try to steal some spice and make some sort of like weed plan or whatever. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. Speaking of the Pikes, dude. Okay. The one thing I don't like about Boba Fett are the Pikes, because in the Clone Wars they look a lot different than they do in the show, and like I feel like the Pikes are more like, I mean obviously just because of the animation, I get that, but it's like they're shaped like you can like shape them like that in real life, I feel like too.
Yeah.
But they just I don't know. They look poorly in that, and then like the way the one Pike leader dude was talking when him and Boba Fett were like trying to make it like a truce or whatever. Like the talking was like off. I guess I don't know. Like I there's like small little details I like to like pinch out when I'm like watching Star Wars stuff or anything in general. So and that was like one of the things I just didn't like. And I didn't like how they're like setting up like a Pike war. That's kind of like
that's gonna be like that's what I think is gonna be like the biggest plot. Like that's gonna be like the end game plot for the whole show, unless they like come into another like third act villain. But it seems like that's gonna be like they were the ones that were basically they had a feud with the Raiders when he first was getting over there, and then they came back, and so like now it's gonna be like put up or shut up time against them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for whatever happens regardless, but like, you know, I just don't like the Pikes.
Yeah, it was a very weird episode 3. Episode 3 was like the alley-oop, and we're just waiting to see what happens in 4. Like, it was a good episode, but nothing really, like, I don't know, it was like nothing crazy really happens. He gets a Rancor.
He gets a Rancor. I was sad about the Tuskens though dying. Like that
sucked. I thought that they were gonna come back later on in the show and help him.
Yeah, but like no, and even like the kid one died too. Like Boba Fett fucking threw his little like stick in the fire. I was just like, oh dude, like that reminded me of like how dark Star Wars can be. Like even with like episode 3 with Anakin killing the younglings. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, but then you also feel for the Raiders when Anakin just comes and kills all of them in episode 2 now. It's like a whole new perspective, because like this show is like giving the Tusken Raiders like an actual like meaning in the religion, and they have like rituals and like they're actual like people almost, where like in every other movie they've just been like a throwaway desert gag. Like they've never been anything special.
Yeah, they finally got some sort of meaning.
Yeah, they have some depth to them, which I think was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think that out of all people, Boba Fett actually like finally found like meaning in a group of people, and it's the Sand people. Like I thought that was funny. But yeah,
that is true.
You definitely feel for him though when he goes onto the camp and they're all dead. Like that's just that sucks. Like the one time in his life that he finally finds people, there's no one left.
There's nobody there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, other than those parts, I mean, like it's pretty good. I can't wait to see what happens next. Though.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely ready for more. I stay until 3 a.m. and watch every episode, so.
3 a.m.?
That's what time it comes out.
Yeah. I still gotta watch Peacemaker.
I still have to watch that too. We're gonna have to talk about that next week.
Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about that, guys. Peacemaker.
My
John
girlfriend likes
Cena.
that too, so we're gonna have to definitely watch that this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll see.
Are we talking about anything else right now, or
I think that's it.
that's it?
Yeah, is there anything you want to add into the end here?
I mean, nothing really, honestly. I mean, like, we can talk about it like going forward. I think next week one of the main topics should be about the Batman, considering that that's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, we didn't really get to talk about that, and we'll wait for Matt for that because you'll want to talk a lot about that.
Yeah, we'll do that with Matt for sure. But yeah, I mean, like that, and then the CW is trying to do like a bunch of different shit, and like the DC universe itself is like trying to like. I mean, they're rebooting everything, obviously, which we can talk about that later. But like, they're doing like a younger twist. I feel like they're doing, they're doing Batgirl, Supergirl, Blue Beetle, and then like everything's just turning from dark to light. I feel like in the DC universe, and like, I don't know. I mean, we can talk about that next week. But yeah, that was my splur. So yeah.
All right, well,
it's good to be back.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to be back. We're actually gonna be back next week. We'll have some more stuff, and we're gonna get some more podcasts going. I think me and Kevin are gonna do one too, and me and Matt are gonna do another one, and I might bring a couple other friends to come and do some other stuff. So we're gonna definitely have a lot more content in the next few months or so. But we're gonna see next week. I think we're gonna try and get all in person, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Kevin, you gonna do your magical bye? Good. You gonna say it?
Fine, Peter Parker. Fine, Peter Parker. Fine, Peter Parker. Hey, look, it's Peter Parker.
Okay. You have to say bye. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, bye.